Hi, my name is Justin Sawyer, and this is my Wwise implementation demo reel using the open source first-person shooter game, Cube. After I chose a level from the single-player maps in Cube, I began work on editing the map to have the monsters, weapons, and ambiences that I was going to design. To enhance the quality of overall sound, I added a CFG file for my map with some basic script to determine which areas trigger which environment reverb within Wwise. I outlined these areas within the map editor in Cube. I used the same reverb areas to control which ambient background is played. I also created a hellscape ambient layer with its voice volume controlled by the real-time parameter control for monsters remaining. As you progress through the level, this ambient layer lowers in volume to indicate the amount of monsters remaining. Once my level was edited to my liking, I created an asset list of all the sounds I needed to record and design. This kept things organized throughout the entire process. I used my own voice with pitch shifting and layering for the ogre. And animal sound effects for the others. I included sounds like baboons, bears, birds, and cockroaches. I implemented different variations of grunts, pain, and death vocalizations for each monster using random containers with subtle pitch and volume randomization to avoid any noticeable repetition during gameplay. Each monster also had their own footstep sounds. In order to make the ball stand out as the biggest and scariest, I designed massive ground-shaking footsteps for him. Using the shotgun as an example, I will break down some of the implementation techniques I used. I designed several layers to be combined in Wwise every time the shotgun is fired. The layers were split up as trigger pull, fire mechanics, pump in, pump out, shotgun blast, shotgun shells, with user-defined panning randomization to create dimension and separate recordings for each ground surface within my level. And cloth moves to add some realism to the shotgun. I made about 3 variations for each layer, and the fire shotgun event is set up to trigger them at random, creating seemingly unlimited variation in the shotgun sound. In order to draw attention to the player's movements, I recorded Foley in a Foley studio I have access to. These recordings included footsteps for each surface in my map and clothing moves to be continuously looped as long as the player is in motion. I recorded my own voice for jump, pain, and death vocalizations. I also recorded and edited a harsh breathing loop and tied it to the player health RTPC to indicate when the player is low on health. I added a heartbeat loop to further indicate this when the player's health drops below 20%. The final process to complete this project was mixing. I decided to try and keep things leveled as much as possible as I went, which made things easier, but once all of the sounds were implemented, I made use of Soundcaster sessions and the mixing desk to balance things even further. I used Wwise's profiler while linked with the game to troubleshoot any issues and make notes on volume, EQ, RTPCs, and any auto-ducking changes I wanted to make. The end product was a much more polished sounding mix. My name is Justin Sawyer, and thanks for watching my Wwise implementation demo reel.